watch film on somebody.
Many universities, as you read in your program, have hired him to come and motivate and speak to their players and their coaching staff. He's been involved in lots of award shows and programs, and he goes all over the country speaking to quarterback clubs. But first of all, we thank you for coming on a very short notice and making yourself available. And it's been a pleasure to spend that today with you, and we look forward to having you speak with us now. So thank you. Scott Moore, everyone, of the Tallahassee Quarterback Club.
Welcome. You know, college football, the game of football, is the greatest of all games. It brings us together. It creates lasting relationships. It's really, you know, growing up in Alabama, and I'm sure when you grew up, you're influenced by your family, your grandparents, your mom, your dad, whoever it was. That's why you're the football fan that you are today. And growing up in Alabama, I had a lot of influences, mainly my granddad. And I got to know Coach Bryant, and I got to know him very well, and grew up in the Bryant era and the Jordan era at Auburn and all that kind of stuff. And I've been around the SEC my whole life. But I wanted to say quickly about the playoff real quick before we get started and have some fun. You know, you're the #1 team in the country for a reason. You won the national championship. You've won 21 in a row. And until somebody beats you, you ought to be the #1 team in the country. And and I'm an SEC guy, and we got some great teams there. And we lost Saturday at Ole Miss, and it was a tough loss. And you know, we'll get into that later, but you're the #1 team in the country right now, and you deserve to be the #1 team right now. And if you continue to win, you'll be in the playoff, and I've said all along that I think you'll be the 1 seed, and you deserve it. You deserve it. And so without further ado, please welcome the legendary voice of ABC college football, Mr. Keith Jackson. This is Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. It is a place of history, legend, and myth in college football. Today, the 74th game in the Alabama-Auburn series, and you can't know how much fun it is for me to come back here for one more of these. You know, this has been a series of legendary people and moments. If you want to be a legend in sports, then all you got to do is win the big games every once in a while and leave a lot of quotes. Quotes like these from General Robert Neyland, who said, "Touchdowns follows blocking just like night follows day." Wallace Wade of Alabama, "Nobody ever wins a football game, somebody loses it." Or Paul W. Bryant, every Thursday night before the annual battle with the Auburn Tigers, he simply said to his warriors, "Be brave." Frank Boreals has joined us in this good old backyard country SEC grudge match. Frank, your thoughts? Well, Keith, I want to tell you about the Alabama-Auburn rivalry. It's special. It's mother against daughter. It's father against son. Keith, it's not a matter of life and death. It's more important than that. Well, you know, they say analyzing is paralyzing. Let's play this blame thing. Let's go up to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Boy, I just wanted to say, when I found out I was coming to Arkansas and made my plans to come down here, I said to myself, there is no way Hillary's making this trip. And I just wanted to say that I've seen some very, very lovely ladies here tonight, and y'all saw where I was staying, the hotel. I just wanted to tell you I'm in room 625, and I've got to have a few drinks and a few things. If y'all want to come visit, we'll talk a little football, maybe Bosnia, some things like that. But Hillary did not make the trip. Have I made that clear? And I also want to say another thing. Hillary's planning on running for president, so I just want to tell you now, please do not vote for Hillary. We can't be back in the White House with her in charge. She was already in charge once. It can't happen again. Anyway, we play Alabama this week. It's going to be a long afternoon. Go Hogs, and good to see you. Thank y'all for having me. And once again, Hillary didn't come with me. I'm by myself. Thank you. Appreciate it. To Oxford, Mississippi, please welcome the head coach of the Rebels, Hugh Freeze. You know, good God, I don't know. I just, you know, I don't know what happened. I mean, Yeah, I just wanted to bring a good program to Mississippi, and you know, I didn't know how we were going to do it. I was trying to figure out, you know, how you get great players and 5 stars, you know, to come to Mississippi, and you know, I don't know. I just got to give the Lord the credit for it, and you know, but it's the greatest day that we've ever had at Ole Miss. It's just great, and I just can't explain it to you. How we beat Texas A&M this week? How are we going to do that? The chances of that happening are probably slim and none. But we're going to enjoy this one for the next 50 years as well. Now, if you get that money back, I need that for my recruits, okay? Thank you. Go Ole Miss. Hotty toddy, gosh almighty. Who the heck are we? Wham, wham, bam, bam, Ole Miss. And don't cuss, so I can't say the last word. Thank you. You know, I don't know really. I thought Jeff played well. You know, we made a change at quarterback, and then we had to kick him off the team this morning. And you know, 110-9, and you know, people have asked about our. You know, I looked up at the score, and I was like, it's 10-9, and you know. They say chances are if you score 10 points and the other team scores 9, that you're going to win. So you know, we're happy where we are. We're 3-1 now. Don't know how that happened, but you know, I know you Florida State people are. I just want to give you some reassurances. They're not firing me this year. They're not firing me. Go Gators, and we'll see you up here in a few months. Okay. Go Gators. Thank you. Appreciate it. I tell you, every time you go out on that field in Death Valley, let me tell you something, okay? When you go out on Death Valley, when you go out there, okay, you take advantage of the opportunities that life gives you, okay? You got to take advantage of every opportunity. You can't take nothing for granted. Nothing. You can't take nothing for granted. Like when you're at the 1-yard line, you can't snap the ball over the center's head. I tell you, I ask the Lord every day, Lord, I believe in you. I believe that you died for me. I believe it. I'm going to heaven when I die. But I got a lot of questions about it, whether or not I'm ever going to win a big game at Clemson. Got to keep believing. You got to keep believing. We believe. We haven't seen any evidence of it yet. Go Tigers. And go ACC. Go ACC. Go Tigers. No, I don't read books. I don't read books, but if I did, probably be about motivation, probably be about being better people, probably be about better preparation. Walked in here tonight, they saw a clock on the wall. And I looked up there and I said, what is this thing they're talking about, this clock? And I was going to talk to you about, yeah, come on in, hon. We started the meeting an hour ago. It's okay. You know, that's a word that comes quickly to mind called undisciplined. That's what we are at LSU this year, if you've seen us play. Great young men, fantastic group of men. I would go into war with them any week. I love our guys. I love the way we compete. And people talk about them like they're losers. We're not losers. We just don't have any organization. I'm going to wait till you sit down. And the reason I'm waiting is because you're from Auburn and you kicked our tail the other night really bad. Yeah, it was bad. It was ugly. It was ugly. It starts with me. It starts with me. I'm the coach of LSU. But I want to talk to you about some other things like St. Patty's Day. You know, St. Patrick's Day is a different day than Columbus Day. They're two different days. You know, Columbus Day is for you people that like to explore new lands and explore new ideas. And then St. Patrick's Day is for you LSU people that like to drink every day before 6 a.m. And there's a lot of similarities there. You see where I'm getting at? Yeah, it's called confusion. Go LSU, go Tigers. Let me tell you about this. When you see our guys, when you see our Tigers walk off the field, I want you to walk up to them, hug them, give them a great big kiss on the mouth. If you're a girl, go Tigers. Proud of our team, proud of our team. I don't know if we're going to win another game, but I'm proud of us. And I may end up at this school here. I just want to go ahead and announce it there because they really need help. So I'll probably end up there. Go Tigers and go blue. Thank you. Hey, where's that guy going right there? Yeah, there you go right there. That's the problem right there. I get up to talk and he walks out. Yeah, I'm a little bit upset after what happened Saturday. We're not very good. At South Carolina, you know, we had the voter snow a couple of weeks ago and we beat Georgia, but then again, everybody beats Georgia. And, you know, I think that, you know, we just ask our kids, you know, we just say, hey, look, you know, this is a Gamecock logo right there, what that is. And we just tell our kids, hey, when you're throwing the football, throw the football to this guy right here. All right? But when we play them, they throw it to that logo and that logo right there. And, you know, the thing about it is that as coaches, we're supposed to take responsibility for that, right? When our team loses and our kids do bad, I'm not taking responsibility for that. You know, I won a Heisman and a national championship and all that kind of stuff. And like I said before, hey, if we get beat, it ain't my fault. But when we win, by golly, I'm going to take the credit for it. But we're just not very good. We're just not, I said the word a few weeks ago when we played Vanderbilt. We're just, it's embarrassing to play for South Carolina right now. You know, they used to call us losers. And they're starting to do that again now. And it really just, you know, it just ticks me off real bad. You know, our team's a whole lot better than they've been in a while. You know, our goal this year, we said we want to be 13 seconds better. And we're 13 seconds, you know, from a national title last year. And, you know, I know we were lucky to get there. It took a miracle of God, 2 of them, to get us there. But the main thing was, let's get butter. And you'll see that if you look on your table, you'll see the butter that's on the table. And I want you to get it, and I want you to look at it every day, and I want you to count to 13. And when you count to 13, you say butter, count to 13, and you'll be butter that day. And at the end of the football season, you add all that up. You add all up, we're 13 seconds butter every week, then you're going to be national champions. We expect that at Auburn. We're playing very well right now. Our football team's very, very good. We're butter everywhere we're playing. Our quarterback is playing well. He's got much butter. And that's just the word that comes when I think about our team. And I think about Auburn. Butter is what comes to mind. War Eagle is a big win for us. You know, I think we're going to be number 1 by the end of the week. With all due respect to Florida State, I think we're the best football team in the country because we're just buttering them right now. War Eagle, good to see you Auburn people here tonight. How many Auburn people we have here tonight? That's about normal. I want to bring my mentors up here, Coach Pat Dye of the Auburn Tigers. Coach Dye, please welcome. To the ESPN studios, please welcome the legendary Lou Holtz.
You know, I'm going to tell you
this. It's about being the best you can possibly be. I thought you walked in here tonight. I'm going to tell you something. Not only are you involved, you are committed to the cause. I'm going to tell you the difference between being involved and committed. You remember when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor a long time ago? When they did that, some of the planes flew into the planes and they flew into the side of the buildings, and then some of them made the trip back to the boat. Those guys were involved, but they were not committed. And that's what you gotta have on a team. You gotta have everybody committed in the same thing. You gotta love something, gotta be passionate about it, gotta be committed to it. You gotta be excited about what you do. If you don't have that kind of passion in life, you can't be successful anyway. Now, I've said many times before, people say, hey, how come you're no longer at the University of Notre Dame? I said it real simple. If Noah's Ark came by, it wouldn't let us on there because we ain't got two of nothing. You know, I'm not big on predicting things down the road, all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to be honest with you. If I had a playoff system right now, your number one's got to be Notre Dame. Number two's got to be Notre Dame, and 3 and 4, Notre Dame as well. If anybody else is lucky enough to get in there, so be it. But right now, the 4 best teams in college football, University of Notre Dame. It's real simple. And let me tell you, I'm just going to be honest with you. We got no chance in Hades of winning down here at Doak Campbell State. There's no way it's going to happen. We're not big enough, strong enough, fast enough, but we are committed. We are involved. There's so many things that you got to do. And that's what it boils down to. It boils down to what you want to be in life. How you get to be number one. How do you want to be number one? Are you willing to do what it takes to be number one? Are you committed to doing the little things and the small things in life that are going to enable you to be successful and be the very best you can positively be? Impact people's lives, make them better, be committed. That's what you got to do. You know, my wife asks me all the time about diamonds. And every time she asks me about that, I think she's talking about baseball. That's a real good joke. Now, I don't know why y'all did that. You know, diamonds, baseball. It's an analogy, what I've been trying to tell y'all before. I always want to say this. This is an absolutely great club because y'all committed to the one thing, committed to winning. You're committed to being champions. You're committed to being the best you can positively be. And that's what life is all about. It's about being the best you can be and doing the best you possibly can. You don't need to be second best. You don't need to work harder than everybody else. You got to do everything at the very best of your ability to be the very best that you can, right? Okay, let's go get it done. Go Irish, and we'll see you here in a couple of weeks. Do me a favor, get me a wheelchair so I can get around. I don't want to watch that. To Tuscaloosa, Alabama, please welcome Nick Saban. First of all, anybody got any stupid questions they want to ask? Go ahead, no question's stupid. You may get a stupid answer, but it's not stupid. These rings are getting heavy. That's one. That's two. The third one's just too big, can't get it on. Yeah, I'm the best coach in the country. I'll tell you that. You know it, I know it, so why beat around the bush, right? Why? Why do you say that? Do what you do and be who you are. That's what you do every week. And if you're not out there to be a champion, if you're not out there, every decision that you're making, everything that you do is about being a champion. And if you're not going to do it that way, and do it the reason we tell you to do it, and why we tell you to do it that way, then we're going to find somebody else that can do it. Unfortunately, we still got guys that we teach, hey, play the ball. And then we get in the game and our guys turn their back on the ball. Is that my fault? I ask you a question. Is that my fault? Please welcome the greatest coach in college football history, Bobby Bowden. Well, first of all, it is great to be It is great to be back up here with talking tonight with my dang name on the stadium. That gum just makes me feel absolutely fantastic. Great to be with you tonight, and great to talk to all you Florida State Seminoles. Scalp them, Noles. Scalp them. Many people have asked me, they would say, first of all, Coach, what was your philosophy and how long were you able to sustain the level of greatness that we did here at Florida State? Now, I came up with a couple of years ago what I referred to as my Y words. Now, I just snuck a word in there a second ago, philosophy, that is a Y word. And what is a Y word? It is simply a word that ends in Y. So we decided, we got together, we decided we're going to have this philosophy and we're going to execute it. And I sat down, really the first time I ever sat down and discussed it with anybody was Abe Lincoln during the Civil War. And we all sat down, me, Ulysses S. Grant, and Robert E. Lee, and we started talking that, hey, maybe we should take this war thing and turn it into a football thing, and that way nobody will die, And that's how college football got started. It's controlled war, it's controlled chaos. It's still war between the states, isn't it? I mean, we can't stay in Florida. They don't like us. It's healthy, though. Another Y word. It's healthy. But the philosophy was, how do we sustain this over a long period of time? The philosophy, how do you do it? That's called longevity. It's another great word. So we looked at it and we thought, okay, the first thing that we got to do is we got to go out and recruit quarterbacks and people that are athletically. Y'all remember Charlie Ward? He was a heck of an athletically quarterback and did a lot of great things for us, but you got to have you one of those, an athletically quarterback. Got to. The second thing, mobility, agility, dependability. You got to have all those things. But let me tell you young ones that are here tonight, let me tell you, if you ain't got no eligibility, you ain't got none of those. So, the one thing though, that was the whole point, looking back, and people will say, who were your main influences? Who were the guys that you sat down with, and who were the people that you studied? You know me, I'm a big Civil War buff, and studied Civil War, and even went back to the 1300s to that guy Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Every battle is won, before it's ever fought, There's a lot of truth in that, So, I started searching the world in 1975. When we had the longest losing streak in the country, I was searching. I was looking. Who can we get to be? Who do we need to be like the most to get the most out of ourselves? And I found him in a movie with Burt Reynolds, former Florida State alumni and football player here. And it was Sheriff Buford T. Justice of Smokey and the Bandit, another Y word, Smokey. And if you know what I'm talking about, Smokey and the Bandit, how many of you seen the movie, first of all? If you haven't, it's on TBS every Tuesday. So we sat down and we discussed a couple of things, and then all of a sudden things started happening in my life where I had two sons, Terry and Tommy. Y words. I'm like, can't get away from it. I mean, dadgum, can't get away from this. But the problem about Tommy and Terry was real simple. The common denominator with them was the word fired. It's true. I love my sons, but then Jackie Gleason, he said it best, and that's where our philosophy came from. There ain't no way that they could have come from my loins. And me and my wife just went out to the lake and just spent 3 or 4 days crying about it. But I'm going to leave you with this right here, and y'all have never heard me say this about how long we were able to sustain our success. 15 straight years, top 3 finishes will never be done again in college football. Saban ain't going to do it. Gus Malzahn's not going to do it because he's going to Dallas, by the way. Just want to let you know that. I'm just kidding. Don't get upset. We're just playing. I love to get a rise out of people. I'll tell you what. What we did, though, our philosophy is real simple. How do we win championships? How do we be the best? How do we become number one? How do we sustain it for a long time? And this was the secret. And I promise you, ain't never heard this before. If you played football, been around the game, coaches use this, feel free to do it. I promise you, you've never heard this before. What we did is we went out and recruited a great big bunch of big uns, like that guy right over there, that road grader right there. You gotta have them. And then we created some of those little quick ones, like that one right there. Then we told the great big uns, hey, chase those little ones, chase them, go get them. Controlled chaos. And this is what I discovered at Florida State. I discovered that there is no question what the human body can do when you have a bigger human body chasing it. You never heard that, have you? That's what we did. We said, sick 'em, and that's what happened. Little guys would run around. Peter Warwick was running for his life, and these big old guys were chasing him, and guess what? We won a lot of doggone championships. And it was a whole lot of fun, and dadgum, it has been absolutely wonderful to be here with you tonight. Scalp them, Seminoles. I tell you what, let's go win us another national championship. I think we'll do it. Thank you so much for having me. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Everyone, please, that's Scott Moore. Thank you so much. Tallahassee Quarterback Club.